And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium. As we'll see, the number 10 team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers, taking on the winners of 3 straight, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Let's talk for just a minute about Nebraska. Really interesting matchup here. It's always fun when the top 2 teams in the conference get to square off in the regular season. With all the expansion, it's become a little bit of a rarity, hasn't it?
It has. Obviously, there's so many teams in each conference, but head-to-head still very much matters. So if you're sitting, obviously, at the top like these teams are, the head-to-head this day will really matter down the road.
Yeah, this was a game we circled way back in the preseason, expecting these 2 teams to be as good as they are, and now we get to find out who's the best in conference. Both these teams relishing this opportunity to show not only their opponent, but the rest of the conference who the top dog is.
Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to go.
This Auburn crowd trying to conjure up a little magic here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Duggan. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
The Cornhuskers have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Quickly out to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
And the Huskers are on the move. Takes the easy completion. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
We knew this offense wanted to come out here and let it rip through the air. This QB is in a beautiful rhythm early. Nice job with his footwork and his eyes, and he completes a big one there to get this offense home.
Runs through the tackle. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. And they've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. They're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time. Trust your read and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Touchdown, Husker! Fit it in the window for the score. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
He'll bring it out. It's McNabb. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Escapes the sack. Trying to make magic with his feet.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
And now on second down for this offense. Intercepted, the defense has set him up. He stopped not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with his 7-0 lead. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Great job in contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the tailback. Fighting off the defender. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Makes the grab on third. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously, the play big.
And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Nebraska!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
And the point after is good. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
And this has not been a good start for this offense. Like, this whole team, actually. They're already found themselves in a big hole. They're already trailing. They're going to need to throw the football, and you're going to have to protect your guy. This protection has to be better so he can make more plays.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking to fire. Snagged in the mid-range moss. And he'll be smacked to the ground.
And running backs who can add to the passing game, they can be so dangerous because once they get the catch, they're operating in much more open space than they would be on a handoff. And it really also tests the linebacker's coverage ability and those DBs' tackling ability.
The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. This is a design run. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. And the Tigers in the hurry up.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the first down, and what do? Right away, right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
Just a short pass to the tight end. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46.
Hey, that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. Quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
The Tigers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Here's the handoff. They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
The Tigers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking to throw on first down. And the pass is incomplete, and we've wrapped up one quarter. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Nebraska is on top. And they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. Going to need to step up to make sure this one doesn't get out of hand as the second quarter is about to get underway. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. They go to the draw. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Already 2 for 2 on 3rd down, but this time they'll need 9 to convert. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going for the big play. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He'll try to take it back. They'll make the stop on the return at the 38-yard line as this defense records an interception.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. They'll move the wide receiver. Lost a throw on 1st down. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
You just got to get this guy going in the offense. You got to hand it off to him. You got to throw it to him, too, on all different types of downs. I love it on 1st down here. Just getting him the ball in the passing game. Let him make something happen and set up 2nd and short.
The pull and throw off the RPO. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you've had my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Auburn offense. They've fallen into this big hole, and they are pretty desperate for answers right now. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Keeps it on the bootleg. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
Back-to-back possessions, 2 forced turnovers, 2 interceptions. Defenses are salivating. That gets you excited. I'm the next guy trying to make a big play. I'm bragging about it if I've already got 1 pick. But if I'm the other guys, I'm like, wait a minute. I got to get me 1, too.
They're trying to run the ball on 1st down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the 1st down without getting it into the end zone. They go to the ground. Hard running there. Touchdown, Husker! And they take it in for 6 more points.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this 1st half as good as you possibly can.
He'll bring it out. It's McNabb. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive ended with an interception, and they can't afford to have that happen again. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say it's out of bounds, an incomplete pass.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. But don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
He wants to change this route. Shotgun snap on third down. Got it in the middle. It's McNabb. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
He wants to throw it again. Good timing on the quick out. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Great timing there on that throw by the QB on the out route. Gets it to his guy just in time. He makes the catch, and his momentum takes him out of bounds.
And the Tigers can really attack on this second and short. Wants to go up top. That's caught. It's Moss. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him, and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flat.
Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. The Huskers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Motion from the back. Back to pass. Caught behind the line. It's Sampson. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. Well, they made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back. But man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm. I need a spin move. I need something where he can make that guy miss and pick up a bunch of yards and maybe get a big play out.
Great job by the defense. A big key coming into this one was third down defense. They're going up against one of the 25 best in the country in that time, making a nice tackle before the sticks to set up 4.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Cornhuskers decide to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the tight end. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Gets the back moving. Wants to fire on second down. Bringing the heat. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's third and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He goes out of bounds at the 7-yard line, but what an opportunity after that pick.
Well, it's third and long. They're trying to throw beyond the sticks to get the first down. What a great job by the defender that time, breaking on the ball, snagging it out of the air, and securing that interception.
This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. They'll try to get it in with the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you some spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things to build off of. Maybe that's something they can point to as they
What's
get
up?
ready for their next opponent. Of things they did right.
What?
Things that they
Why are you
can
in such a
do
rush?
consistently moving forward.
Quick strike complete. Crisp execution in the passing game, and
Yeah, we
they
do.
get down to the 3. The defense uses their second timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
Conference system, but yeah.
With a touchdown instead of settling for 3, but it is third and goal. They're going to run it.
Yeah, that's an
Into
intention.
the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nebraska.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They score again here right before halftime.
That's good.
I don't know, guys.
You got a linebacker and a safety. You want to transfer? I take it.
Sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. Coming out with it, it's McNabb. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7.
Nice.
First order of business, get out of this hole as the drive starts at their own 7-yard line. off the play fake on first down to throw. And that is his fifth interception.
Dude,
He comes
like,
out to
this is
try
not
and six.
the Auburn. This is not the Auburn.
And they make
This is
the play
definitely
and
not
make
the
sure
Auburn.
there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The give to the back. Breaks the tackle. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Keep it on the ground. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays.
Yeah, I know that. I learned that when I realized that when in Kev's league.
From the gun, the ground game. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play call and everyone on the same page here. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
I'm not advancing till later tonight. You know, I'll advance at 7. Maybe after I'm done with this game. 8.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. Got blown out in the first half and now just desperate to find anything to generate momentum here in the third quarter.
It just starts with one play, though. Just need one thing to go right for this offense to start to build that momentum, and then that becomes infectious for the defense, for special teams. Everything can change. It just takes one play.
It really can, and it's so strange, and you can't quantify it. I don't know how to describe it as a coach or as a player, but you got to make something happen, and it's got to start on this drive.
Under fire. Catch in the middle. It's McNabb. There he goes. They got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. The Tigers want to pick up the tempo.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Makes the catch along the sideline. Just picked up a few, but enough for a first down. Auburn going to work with another first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly. And that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
The give on the option. Fights off the defender. Ball just inside the 40 at the 39. It's third and short. Offense changing the play. from the gun on third down. Makes the grab. Oh, it's a fumble.
That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it.
Yeah, the receiver's got to do a better job in ball security there with all those defenders trying to rip it free. And this offense is lucky they were able to jump on it and keep possession.
So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
Well, this quarterback has a ton of confidence in his wide receivers to win one-on-one. You're not going to get a bigger opportunity to prove that than on that fourth down. That was a throw vertically down the field. Not an easy one to complete. He just knew where his guy was going to be and when. Stuck it right on him, and they keep the drive alive.
Gets it out quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Might be changing the route. The play action fake. Got his man on the right. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Now with a first and goal, let's see what Auburn's got cooking. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
Finds his big tight end. They found the tight end, but he could not find first down yardage, and it'll be fourth down. They'll go to the air. Moving out of the pocket. Looking for the score. Touchdown, Auburn! Quick strike through the air for the score. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, you can make a case this is the game of the week in the SEC. Oklahoma is lighting up the scoreboard right now thanks to a dazzling offensive display. They're up by 18 over Arizona. Games like these just mean more in the SEC, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should see.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Huskers ready to go back to work on offense. They still have a cushion, but you don't want to feed that hope with unproductive drives. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on 2nd down.
The Huskers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Picked it off, and this defense really needed something to go right. Never had a chance to get rolling after the pick, but he gives them the ball in prime field position at the 40.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
So here comes the Auburn offense. They've fallen into a hole here, and they need to start fighting back right now on this drive.
Trick 9B.
Off play action on first down. Now improvising. He takes a chance and fires it across the field. The freshman brought down after bringing that one in. Auburn to the line in a hurry. To the air on first down. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone as he's run out of bounds at the 7.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want it to be physical.
Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Auburn. Great example of how a second half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. First half looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. More drives like this is what's needed.
And now they'll try to get the 2-point conversion, guys.
Here we go.
Motion from the wideout. Finds his big tight end. He'll make his way in for the 2, and now they're down by 16. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there.
Well, the defense was ready coming into this one for this running back being a factor in the pass game. That time, they were draped all over him. As soon as he caught the ball, it went down for loss yards.
The Cornhuskers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Leaves it with the running back. Gets a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26.
the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
We've reached the break. It's Nebraska holding the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And the Huskers will line up to punt it away. This will be a second time they've had to kick it away.
Is going bananas.
Here comes the two-point try. Now on the option. He's into the end zone for the two, and we've got a one-possession game here in the fourth. Man, you just can't put a price on having a guy like that back there to return punts, and he turned that one into a touchdown. After giving up the punt return for the score, let's see if they have an answer on the kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And you can feel the momentum a little bit, right? I mean, the fourth quarter has kind of changed, and this defense is settled in. Their offense has scored as well. So this is a big tipping point in this football game. This is a big possession because Uncle Bo is all on the side of the defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quickly to the tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
And that's a nice stop by this defense. Nice job stopping the run, setting up 4th and inches. Listen, this is a no-brainer. If I can't get inches, I don't deserve to win. I'm coming downhill. I'm playing physical. I'm picking my play, whether it's quarterback sneak, fullback dive, whatever it is that we do great, and I'm going to get my inches.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Man, when I was at Florida, Steve Spurrier would wait for this opportunity in a game 4th and inches, and he'd signal in red Snoopy. Quarterback sneak. It works every time.
The Huskers are flying down the field. Off the play fake on first down. On a little time, lets it go. He's got an open man. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. First down for this offense. Jumped the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. Defense more than happy to take that free yardage. Looking for a productive play on first down. He wants to throw it. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
I'll tell you, when this guy's in a rhythm, he never misses. And you've seen that in this game. Very, very accurate up to this point. That time, though, a little bit out of rhythm, and I think that's why he missed that throw.
Second down after that incompletion. Looking to fire. Rush is on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell in.
Oh, this crowd wants it. They want to roll Toomer's corner, but right now they want to stop on third down. They'll give it to the back. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down.
There's just not a lot of great play calls, guys, for third in California. So you hand it off, you try to get some of that yardage back, see what happens next.
The Cornhuskers will punt this one away. And a precision punt there will pin them deep inside their own 10-yard line. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Going right to work up top. Caught over the middle. It's Rice. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the big foul. He's forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A good pickup to give this offense some operating room.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long long gains because of his ability after the catch. It's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
He'll try to do it himself. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the fourth quarter, you get to the quarterback, and he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra first downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the first down.
Makes the catch. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Man, you practice this all week for a reason. The 2-minute situation is so important. I like the completion. I like the first down. Let's see if we can get one more play in real quick before the 2-minute timeout.
The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Using his legs, it's Moss. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Moss. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field. A costly penalty wipes out that 3rd down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. He's looking downfield to throw. Got a man. It's Moss. He would love to have picked up the first down there, but saving the timeouts, saving the clock, much more important right now.
Yeah, that could save the game because now I can work the middle of the field still. Now I can still take those shots deep. When I get without timeouts and those start to dwindle, I get very predictable. So great job getting out of bounds.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. Quarterback may change this route. On 4th down, they're taking to the air. He wants a big play here late. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37. Try to clear the picture. Looking to throw on first down. Flips it out in the flat. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Yeah, and this is the time where I'm a defense. I'm slow to get up. I'm making sure I stay on that offensive player. I'm trying to eat up as much clock and make this offense burn as much clock, Palmer, as I can.
And this coaching staff right now, you know they're looking at the analytics too, right? How many timeouts do we have left? We want to think about dialing up some play calls that get guys catching the football or get the ball out of bounds to stop the clock. You've got a good rhythm right here. You're in a good position of the field to go win this thing, but you've got to be really smart with your play calls.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. They'll go with a direct snap. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Well, the interesting thing about a run here trailing late is the defense isn't expecting it. That's the good news. Bad news, though, is you're still trailing. You need to score quickly, which means you need to be throwing the football right now.
And the Tigers come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw on third down. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Turning it on! Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
Late in the game, a lot about execution, right? The quarterback has to understand situational awareness, has to understand it. First of all, he does a great job of scrambling, but then the understanding part we're talking about clicks in. Does a great job getting the first down and getting out of bounds.
Here comes Auburn to the line on 1st and 10. Holds and fires it complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Motion from the back. Movement on the offensive line. That's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This offense just wearing this defense down. 11th play of the drive coming. Back to pass on 2nd down. Floating away. It's complete. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, that's exactly why you practice these 2-minute situations. The quarterback knew exactly where to go. He's trying to work the sideline, save some clock. Great route by the receiver getting open, making the catch, getting out of bounds. And this drive is off to a pretty good start.
And this is a significant moment for this offense. Down 8, 1st and goal, needing a touchdown and a 2 to tie. Caught in the backfield, it's Moss. Timeout called by the offense. Clock stopped with 21 seconds left.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll run the quarterback sneak. Sneak gets it done.
Well, it's a great job getting the touchdown. Obviously, now you've got to go for 2. You've got to dial up the best 2-point play to try to tie this thing with only seconds to go.
And that touchdown was huge, but you can't celebrate too long. To finish the deal, you got to have the 2-point conversion to tie the game. Defense gets the timeout call. 20 seconds left on the clock. A gargantuan moment here as they try to tie it up late with the 2-point conversion. He'll ride his man on the option. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking for a gap. It's Sampson.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive. Stick your foot in the ground. Pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to the play.
The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. Change now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. The screen, he can go. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, I know it's early in the drive, and you're just trying to get completions and get the drive going, but it's 2 minutes, and you're trailing. I mean, you've got to take some shots down the field and be a little bit more aggressive, put some pressure on this defense.
All wideouts, no backs. In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Duggan. And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of his right down the gut of the field. Inside the... Oh, the unthinkable has happened for this offense. They're into the end zone. It's a touchdown for the D.
This crowd went from going bananas, cheering their team on, to you could hear a pin drop. Unbelievable execution in a hostile environment to take the lead and win this football game.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.